my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Diamante. Welcome to week 16 of my Wegovy journey. I seriously can't believe it's 4 months. Like, that is crazy for me to think about, and even longer since I have started working towards my weight loss journey again. It's very, very exciting. It's starting to feel kind of like normal for me to be doing this every week, so that is like a really good thing, that it's starting to feel normal. It's starting to feel like a habit. So as you guys know, I'm a Virgo moon, so I thrive on habit. But anyway, if you are new here, stop right here. I am gonna go ahead and link the first video in my Wegovy series up here, so that way you guys can watch the first one, get caught up in chronological order, and then you guys can go ahead and come back to this one. But yeah, we have an exciting week ahead, so let's go ahead and cue my measurements for the week. Okay, let's do these measurements. Okay, for bust, we're at 39.5. For waist, we are at 36. And then for hips, we are at 49. So those are the measurements for the week. I am excited to see the weigh-in for week 16. So let's go ahead and cue the weigh-in for the week. So weigh-in for the beginning of week 16. I am so excited. So let's go ahead and share these stats. Okay, so top 3 stats as of right now. I'm weighing in at 211.6. My BMI is 36.6, and my body fat percentage is 45.5. So let's look at the trends for the week. So we're at 211.6, so I'm down 1 pound. My BMI is at 36.6, which is also going down. My body fat is at 45.5, which is also going down. My body water is going up, which is good. We're at 37.4. For my skeletal muscle, we're at 31.8. For my BMR, we're still the same at 1500. For my fat-free body weight, we're at 115.4, so that's still the same. For my subcutaneous fat, we're down a point, so we're at 39.2. For my visceral fat, we're still at 18. For my muscle mass, we're at 108.4. And then for my bone mass, we are still at 7. For my protein, we're at 11.6. And then for my metabolic age, we are still at 35. So some progress. It's baby progress, but I'll actually like take it. Like, as you guys know, like, I don't care if, well, I do care if I like lose 5 pounds in a week, because like for me and my body, like I feel like that's a lot, but I'm fine with like just losing like 1 pound instead of 2, or whatever the situation is. So in that sense, like I feel fine. Like, you know, slow progress is still good progress. Like, I do feel like the 0.5 milligram is still doing its thing in my body. Like, I do feel like it's an appropriate dose for me. So I don't know if I've said this yet, but I'm finishing up my 0.5 milligram box, and I believe this is my second box of 0.5 milligram, and I will be staying on this dosage since I'm still getting results for another month. Now, candidly, tomorrow I do have an appointment with my doctor. As you guys know, I went to go get lab work last week, and so I got the results back already. So tomorrow she'll be like letting me know like what she sees in my lab results. I do think that I am in the middle of a flare-up just based off of some of the lab results, but like I'll find out more about that tomorrow. I will say though, like, even though I'm going through a flare-up right now, for some reason, and this could be like due to the medication and due to the fact that I've lost weight, it doesn't feel like as severe as the way past flare-ups have felt for me. So like, I haven't gotten any active psoriasis scales, and like the only thing that I really feel is like pain, but like I don't like to normalize pain on this channel because I feel like I'm very young to feel pain, but like I just feel psoriatic arthritic pain, and like, sad to say, but like I am kind of used to that. So that's really like the only thing that I feel. Obviously, like having an autoimmune disease means like I feel chronically tired. So I do feel tired, but again, like since I'm used to pain and like fatigue, like that to me doesn't feel any different. Like I said, I don't know if it's because like I'm used to it, or if it's because like the medication has made it feel less severe for me, or if it's because like the weight loss has made the flare feel less severe. But yeah, like those are just some things that I wanted to talk about. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was that I posted a upper body workout routine last week. Like it was a piece of short form content. I posted it on my YouTube shorts, I posted it on Instagram reels, and I posted it on TikTok. And I wanted to like address this comment because, as you guys know, like this isn't just me documenting like what food I'm eating or like what workouts I'm doing or the symptoms that I'm feeling, but this is also like things that are going on in my life as like I'm going on this weight loss journey. So I got a comment last week. I have since removed the comment because like I really care about fostering a positive environment, which is not to say that like I don't have thick skin. I feel like I have thick skin. You know, I grew up in like the dance community and the cheer community, and like I grew up as a Colombian girl with a very vain family. So there's very little that people can tell me that like makes me upset, if that makes sense. But I'm also like not the kind of person that is just going to let things, well, I do sometimes like let things fly over my head, but I just feel like there are certain things at certain times that like I just choose to address because I feel like sometimes people need to be put in their place. And so this is like literally probably one of those things. So someone commented on my shorts and was like, you rely on way too many machines. And to this I say, like, it's crazy that in this day and age, now granted, this person probably doesn't know me from a can of paint. This person was probably like just scrolling through shorts and maybe he came across mine, or maybe this person is a subscriber of mine, because I can assume based off of this person's username that they are a male subscriber. But I do have a large amount of male subscribers, which kind of shocks me because I feel like, at least like from what I envision my demographic is like, is it's mainly girls and maybe some of the gays and theys. It's really weird that in this day and age, like we're commenting stuff like this, and like, you know, I am the firm believer of like, number one, I'm the kind of person that like if I don't really have anything nice to say, I'm not gonna say it. It's not like what he said was mean, but like it also like wasn't really helpful. I hope that this is somebody that hasn't been watching my journey long term, because if you have, like, I always say that, and I even like comment it, like when I see people are like, oh, like you're eating this food, like why are you eating that? Like, you guys only see a fraction of my week. If I sat here and I recorded every single like waking second of my day, number one, you guys would be bored. Number two, it would just be like hours and hours of footage, and like you guys don't have time for that, and I don't have time to edit that. And number three, reason why you guys only see like some of this and not like my whole entire week all the time is because like I also feel like I don't need to immortalize everything on the internet, and I also just like really value my privacy. Like, even though I'm going through like this very vulnerable thing in a very public setting, like there's just certain things that I personally just like don't need to talk about or don't need to show. So like someone writing that on my video, like I'm just skimming the surface. Like, you guys don't see my entire workouts all the time. There's some days where I'll just like post so that way you guys can see like, hey, I'm at the gym, but you guys don't see my entire leg day, or you guys don't see my entire upper body day most of the time, because like some people like that footage, but some people don't like that footage. So I just show like bits and pieces of it. All to say, like, nobody really sees like my full workout week, and to me, like, that's okay. Like, I am fine with that. Like, the important thing for me is to be able to show you guys that like I'm showing up. okay? And I say this to say that imagine like, and this could be one of you guys, right? There's lots of people here that watch my channel that are also either already on GLP-1 medication or they are considering going on GLP-1 medication. Like, and I say this all the time, I'm not a certified personal trainer. Who would I be to tell somebody like that's maybe just getting on the medication and maybe they don't have the bandwidth to go to the gym, and maybe the way that they are approaching the medication right now is that they're just going on walks every day. Who am I to say that that's not enough? This is like the same kind of way that I could picture somebody reacting if, like, let's say I bought a car, right? And let's say it's just like a Honda CR-V, right? Not just like a Honda CR-V, because like I'm very grateful for everything that I have, and like I really stop all the time to be present about like the blessings that I have in my life. But let's say I have a Honda CR-V, just bought it, it's fresh off the lot, no mileage, and I post it on Instagram, right? I wouldn't post it on Instagram because I just feel weird about like energy when it comes to like cars specifically. Let's say that someone commented on it and was like, you should have gotten a Maserati. Like, what do you say to that? Like, it's a car, right? It's a brand new car. It's gonna get me from point A to point B. Like, this is in my budget right now. So this is all that I'm gonna do. I'm just happy that I have a car that has AC, that's dependable, that's not gonna break down on me, like all those things. What does it matter what kind of car I have? Like, that to me is not important. Same thing with this, right? There are so many people that approach this medication completely differently. Like, I have tons of subscribers who are just walking right now, who are just like doing YouTube workout classes at home, who are going to Pilates classes, who are going to dance classes, like, and that's their form of movement. To me, the important thing about this is that like I'm able to show people that like, because I'm on the medication, this is only like supplemental to my weight loss journey. I still eat clean, I still get movement, and all those things are important to me, and that's like how I've chosen to approach like being on GLP-1 medication. So I can assure you that like the way that I work out now is not the same way that I used to work out when I first started losing weight in 2020. And that is personal to me. Personally, like I'm sure Genesis will even say it, because Genesis has been around since like I first ever started going to the gym. And let me tell you something, like going to the gym, I would say is maybe like 90% mental and 10% physical effort, because like your body will want to give up way before your mind does. And like the way that like my mental approach to going to the gym has changed drastically in the time that like I've picked up my fitness journey, like wow, I was a completely different person in 2020 when I first started going to the gym. When I first started going to the gym with Genesis, guys, I was terrified of lifting weights. I never wanted to lift weights. I thought that the only way for me to get results, like losing weight, was gonna be to be a cardio bunny and to run for an hour on the treadmill. And I was so wrong. And Genesis told me that I would get to a point in my fitness journey where I felt like that no longer fit me anymore. And she was totally right. Like, she was the first person that helped me like reduce the stigma that I actually had to weightlifting. And it was like a stigma that like honestly had been like wired in my way of thinking because of the environment that I grew up in, revolving around dance and cheer. And I can't thank her enough for that. Like, I totally feel and see such a big difference in the way that like I weightlift now versus the way that I used to weightlift then. The cool thing about like weightlifting for me is that it's kind of similar to dance in the sense that like there's always something new that you can learn, and there's always something that you can improve on. And I'm very grateful for that, because it constantly gives me something to be able to like track my progress, and I feel like I can see that. But all to say, like, I feel completely differently this time around now that I've been weightlifting again consistently for months and months. And like the stuff that I'm doing now in the gym, I would have never been able to do in 2020. And so I feel like I've grown so much, and I am so comfortable now with feeling uncomfortable, with being able to ask people for help if I don't know how to use something, or if I don't know how to do a certain movement. I'm comfortable now with asking for criticism, again, like at the gym. And so like, I just want to say that like and this is like with all due respect, like I don't need to prove anything to anyone here. Like I just let the results speak for themselves, because like if I was doing something wrong and that wasn't effective for me, I wouldn't be losing weight in the slow, sustainable way that I've been saying that I've been wanting to lose weight in since day one of my GLP-1 journey. But another thing I wanted to say is that, you know, at this point in my life, like I'm just grateful that I'm able to make it to the gym, and that's the reason why like I show this. So the important thing for me, like in documenting this, is not me showing like that I have anything to prove to anybody, but more so it's that like if I can show up, like so can you. And I hope that that gives you guys like the motivation to show up in whatever way that you can. Like you don't need to mirror the way that I show up. Like it's actually been proven statistically that 90% of people quit after 3 months of hitting the gym. And like for me to still be showing up at this point, like I feel like it's such a big accomplishment for me, because my life looks so different now than it did 4 years ago. I have a completely different set of priorities than I did 4 years ago, and so that's important for me. The other thing that I wanted to say was like, you know, as you guys know, the reason that I'm showing up is because I'm working on building lifelong habits. As like I just read a study that shows that people regain more than half of the weight that they lose within 2 years, and more than 80% within 5 years. I'm trying not to be that statistic. And so for me, like it's important to just be able to give my best that I can be, like every day. And so I strive for progress, not perfection. Like the culmination of the things that I'm doing now is only going to contribute to the person that I'll be 5 years from now. And so sometimes this means that if I don't start my workout week on Monday, that's cool. That doesn't mean that like the rest of the week I'm just not gonna work out. Like I'll start it on Tuesday and I'll end my workout week on Saturday. Like that to me is more important. Just because like, let's say I go to the Waffle House on a Saturday morning, doesn't mean that like the rest of the day I'm just gonna trash my diet. And so I hope that like me showing you guys this balance means that like I have like a really good ability now than like I used to before. I used to be so black and white. I was like, well, I already threw away my diet today, so that's it. This means that I can eat terribly for the rest of the day. Or you know what, I missed my workout window, so this means I don't have to work out for the rest of the week. Now I'm like, okay, maybe I wasn't able to work out today. That's fine. Like I'll pick it up again tomorrow. I'll go on an extra walk today because that's all I seem to have time for. So like I hope that this shows you guys that the person that commented this, you should know this too.
You should know this too.
I wanted to leave you guys with this final like little tidbit that I saw on men's health, because in the fitness community specifically, everybody has an opinion, and that's completely fine if you have an opinion. However, for me, I answer to my community of people that are helping me reach my goals. So that's my physician, that's Genesis, who has a master's in nutrition. She also, as I've said historically, she was a college athlete. And she's the first person that ever inspired me to start my weight loss journey and to start like my fitness journey. So those are the only people that I really answer to. And then like my other friends that are also like consistent weightlifters, and I have another friend who's actually a personal trainer. Those are the only people that I talk to about like fitness and like all that stuff. It's fine to leave tips, it's fine to leave feedback, but like let's reduce some of the stigma that's like involved in like free weights versus like cable machines, because sometimes like people say things and like they don't know what they're talking about. So it says here, when it comes to resistance machines and free weights, it doesn't necessarily have to be an either or situation. One isn't necessarily better than the other. Each has its own merits, and your training program should include both to capitalize on individual advantages. Now, this is exactly what I do. You guys do not see every single workout that I do in my videos. Why? Because sometimes there's a lot of people around me, and I know that as my subscriber count continues to grow here, like there's a higher probability that like you might see somebody that you know in one of these videos, because Orlando is like a really small place. So that's number one. I hate filming with people around me. It's easy for me to film like when I'm on a machine versus like when I'm in the free weight section and there's like a million people around me. The second thing I wanted to say was like, let's seriously like remove some of the misinformation that's out there. Free weights, dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells require you to stabilize and control not only the load that you're lifting, but the path along which you're lifting it. That gives implements a leg up when it comes to muscle recruitment. Machines, on the other hand, tend to be better when it comes to promoting more time under tension. So when you're doing a cable fly, there is no point where you're straining against resistance. For example, it's constant, and that constant tension can help maximize muscle growth. No matter what machine you use, know this: you don't have to worry about shortchanging your gains. Indeed, research increasingly shows that when it comes to building muscle and strength, machines and free weights can get the job done equally well. I say this all the time. I mix up my workouts, so sometimes my workouts are very much like free weight dominant. Sometimes my workouts are very much like cable or machine dominant. No way is better than the other. Honestly, I feel like since I've been using so many machines on my upper body, this is like the most gains that I've seen on my upper body ever. It's super easy for me to build shoulders, like that much I've known about myself like since I first started my weight loss journey years ago, but like this is all muscle, okay? Lou and I, like, we had like an arm wrestle the other day, and he was like, you're actually so strong. And I was like surprised by that. It's obviously the gains. Like, all to say, there are so many different ways to like get to the same solution, and one solution isn't necessarily better than the other. Like, I just feel like it's extremely ignorant to like say something like that, because this is like the same kind of energy that like certain fitness bros will give people and say that like Pilates is not a real form of working out, and then it's like they could never survive 45 minutes in a Pilates studio. So I just feel like, again, like everybody approaches health and fitness completely differently, and I am not anybody here to say like that their way is better than my way, or that my way is better than their way. And so nobody else should feel that bold to say that either. Like, just respect people's process and like applaud them for showing up, because that's the only thing that I can do. Is like, I can only applaud myself for showing up, and I can only applaud you guys for showing up every week and getting like the results that you guys want. So all to say, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna do, because again, like, I'm minding the business that pays me, and I hope that you guys can do the same. And if you guys don't like it, then you guys don't have to watch my content. Luckily for you. I am not anybody to sit here and tell you that you need to watch my video all the way until the end. I've said this historically before. I might not be your cup of tea. There's plenty of other people on this specific platform that might be your cup of tea, and that might not be me, and I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. So don't lose sleep over what I'm doing. But anyway, with that being said, I'm excited to start off my 4th month on this medication. We're gonna have a little change of pace again this week, because I have another friend that's coming in from out of town. So there will be some park days, which means that my workout schedule this week is gonna be cut short, because I will be getting like 10,000 steps a day in, since like they're gonna be all day park days. So yeah, I'm very excited. And today we have House of Dragons, which I'm also very excited about. But anyway, let's go ahead and cue the injection for the week. Couldn't even see me. That's fine. Week 16. Ready?
Go! It's going! It's going! Go! 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 You do it! You do it! You do it! Go! Oh yes! Oh, got it!
So I wanted to fill you guys in. So I had my appointment with my PCP, as you guys saw. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, I'll show my labs later, although I don't really know like what they mean. So another thing that she told me that she wanted me to do was go get a body scan. So I'm on my way to do that. So I don't know what that means. She just told me what to look for online. I was able to get an appointment for somewhere today. So that's what I'm on my way to go do. So anyway, these are just like the fun things that I get to do since I'm like trying to work on my health as much as I can. It's Wednesday, my dudes, so I got a little kids meal because Lou is craving Chick-fil-A. And we're watching Ted. Good morning, guys. So we are on our way to Magic Kingdom to go see Tori. I don't know if I showed her yet, but anyway, you guys will see her in a little bit. It is obviously in the morning, so we're very excited for a parks day, and I'll show you guys my outfit of the day a little bit later. We made it to Magic Kingdom, as you can probably hear behind me, but the ears are the new Tangled ears. They only had them at Disneyland, and now they're available on Shop Disney. And this is the outfits. We're putting on sunscreen because obviously it's sunny in Florida. I'll show you guys the castle. It's obviously a busy day at the parks and very busy on Main Street, as you guys can see, but here she is in all her glory. Okay, now we're gonna run to Haunted Mansion because Tori's already waiting for us. But anyway, just another day at the parks.
Wilding metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination?
Send us a message from somewhere beyond.
Tori hasn't said hi to the vlog yet. Say hi, Rob. So cute. It's so detailed. Guys, they actually have the hot sauce in the critter corner. It's really cute. And then look at all the detail. Really cool. Oh yeah. Oh, what do you got there?
The I lava you float.
I'm very excited about this. This is like one of my favorite things to get at Magic Kingdom.
Pop.
What are we seeing? What is he?
What do you think?
Hello guys. So obviously as you can see we're at Epcot. So at the Starbucks and we're on our way to Soarin' to go meet up with Tori. And yes, it is very hot today. So we're all tatted. Tori hasn't formally said hello yet. Hey. There goes Lou. We are in Mexico. Stop worrying. Okay guys, so we're in Mexico. As you can see, we got a frozen margarita. Very excited. As you guys know, I'm a tequila girl. So we're just waiting for our quesadillas. Mango's good?
Mango.
Tori, what'd you get?
I got the chicken tostadas.
Look at that. It looks so good. The quesadillas also look really good. We also got the pastor quesadillas. They're so good. And it also comes with elote.
Can you grab napkins?
Pretty good.
We are officially in China. We've got the pot stickers and a soda.
Japan.
We are in Japan. I clearly have a little Bernie on from Frozen. If you know, you know. We just left the restaurant. Honestly, guys, the food there was really good, super efficient, and we got to escape the rain for a little bit, which was cool. So anyway, we're gonna finish doing our tour. Say hello.
Des invités pour le dîner.
Yes, but what to prepare? Hein? Pour le repas idéal. Coq au vin? Pas pour vous. Hey guys, the food is for them, not you.
Can I try some?
Absolutely. Got that BOGO.
This is a chocolate shake.
Yeah. It's not ready with.
So good, guys.
Very good.
Everybody else is having their sweet treats. Happy Saturday. I have a Disney hangover, and not because I really drank, because the only thing that I really drank was some of that margarita, and I honestly split it with Lou because I obviously like don't really drink like that, and like especially on the medication I don't really drink. So yeah, but anyway, Disney 2 days in a row. I am exhausted, but I wanted to show you guys my new vitamins and kind of catch you guys up, because I feel like I haven't really spoken to you guys since Tori has been here. So I did a little bit under 20,000 steps in the past 2 days, which is why I haven't really been working out. And obviously, since I've been at the parks for the majority of the day, that's why I've been eating at the parks. Okay, so we're still on the B12 train. Trying these, it's still vitamin D. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I'll try new ones just to see how it's going. These have 2,000 IU per serving. I feel like, and I might be wrong, I feel like the Nature Made is fine. And also, like, I do want to say, because I know some people in the comments are going to be like, oh, why are you taking gummy vitamins? My physician has told me that I can take vitamin gummies. Like, she has given me the clearance. She's like, it's perfectly fine. Your levels of things look great. I have no concerns as of right now. So I'm going to continue going about my business and using the gummy vitamins, because it's the only way that I can like consistently take supplements and keep it fun. But anyway, I decided that the Nature Made is also like a pretty good brand, so that's why I decided to try these. So we'll try these out and see. The flavors are strawberry, peach, and mango. Controversial opinion. I feel like I like the VitaFusion taste. D3 is a little bit better. Christ. Okay. Now we're taking the omega-3s. These are also gummy vitamins. They're raspberry lemonade flavored. It does say that they have fish in them. So I'm obviously nervous because I don't want these to taste fishy. So anyway, we'll see how these are. My doctor said, I'll have to show you guys my lab work after, because I know I promised you guys that before the end of this video. So I have to like replay our Zoom visit and like write notes so I can break down the levels for you guys of everything and like what everything means, because I also don't really know what some of those things mean and I don't want to give false information. Maybe I'll hold my breath for this one. I don't know. We'll see. How many am I supposed to take? Oh, it's 2. I just gotta eat them fast. This one's not my favorite, so this is the one I'm gonna have to take first from now on. And finally, we're taking the Nature's Bounty Essential Prenatal Gummies. I've taken the biotin of these before. Chico's just watching me like give this full-on supplement review, and this is only my supplements for the daytime because I take supplements at night. These smell interesting. I don't like these. Let me just also preface this by saying that I am not pregnant or planning on becoming pregnant. My doctor just told me to take these because my folate levels are a little bit lower than she'd like to see for somebody that's my age. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I don't need rumors to start. I'm very much still enjoying my 20s. And yeah. So I will go ahead and show you guys my LabCorp results since I share everything with you guys, and we can go from there. Okay, so let me pull up my lab results. So my white blood cell count as of right now is normal. My red blood cell count as of right now is also normal. My hemoglobin is also normal. My hematocrit is also normal. My MCV is also normal. My MCH is also normal. My MCHC is also normal. My RDW is also normal. My platelets are a little bit higher. And so normally, like, what this means is like it could be anything like liver disease, infections, medications, bone marrow disorders. High levels can be caused by inflammation or bone marrow disorder. So when I took this test, I had just come back from Salt Lake City, and so my doctor said that because I have a lower end autoimmune disease, like this could either be that I was going through a flare-up, or it could also be just that like my body was like fighting something off. Now candidly, in the comments for last week's video, I know one of you guys had asked me about like vertigo, and my doctor did tell me that there was something like viral going on, or like that there has been something viral going on. She said it's like a strain of COVID. It's a lower strain that causes like fluid, like to the head. So like think of like congestion, like sinus pressure, those kinds of things. So she's convinced that I probably had that, but didn't experience crazy symptoms. But just so that you guys know, it could be either of those two things. But I do feel like it was more so on the inflammation end, only because, as I told you guys last week, my chiropractor said that I had like more inflammation in my body than I normally do. And my chiropractor also told me that like technically when you get to like a certain phase in having, I don't want to like misspeak here, so maybe I'll like insert a link or something, but my doctor did tell me that like when you have psoriasis, that it does like attack the bones. So like me feeling the pain, like where I normally feel pain in my nervous system, is normal for me having that kind of autoimmune disease. I just wanted to let you guys know because like, you know, I am hearing different things from different doctors, so I don't really know what it is, but like I just want you guys to know that like I am used to feeling pain. Again, like I don't want to normalize pain, so for me, like my, hopefully like this is a flare-up, but my flare-up this time around has not felt like as severe as the flare-ups that I normally have experienced within the past few years. So that's just something to keep in mind. My neutrophilus is it's like the percentage of white blood cells that destroy bacteria and fungi. So as of right now, it says that my level is 68. I think the unit is percentage, and then my lymphs are 24%. Monocytes are 6%. EOS is 1%. Basos is 1%. Neutrophilus absolute is at 5.8. My lymphs are at 2.0, monocytes are at 0.5, EOS absolute is at 0.1. Now all these ranges are normal. My baso absolute is 0.1. My immature granulocytes are at 0. Immature grands are at 0. Now this is like my comp metabolic panel. So glucose is 81, BUN is at 7, creatinine is at 0.85, my eGFR is at 96, my BUN creatinine ratio is at 8. I did bring this up with my doctor because I was concerned about it, and she told me she's not concerned about it because I am currently implementing more protein into my diet, but also like as my body is experiencing weight loss, that will like put certain levels of things out of whack. She told me she would be more concerned if my creatinine level was on the high end because that usually shows signs of dehydration. But in this instance, she's not concerned, and so that means like I'm not concerned either. Sodium level is 135. My potassium level is at 4.9. My chloride level is at 102. My carbon dioxide level is at 21. My calcium level is at 10.1. My total protein is at 6.8. My albumin is at 4.2. My globulin is at 2.6. My bilirubin is at 0.4. My alkaline phosphatase, I hope I'm saying that right. I helped G study through chiropractor school, and so some of these I'm really good at pronouncing and some of them I'm not. Is at 56. My AST is at 14. My ALT is at 10. My lipid panel, so cholesterol total 123. My triglycerides are at 79. My HDL cholesterol is at 42. My VLDL cholesterol is at 16. My LDL cholesterol is at 65. And again, this is like one of those levels that she told me she is not necessarily worried about. She told me just based off of like what she sees in my chart so far, like for people that are technically at risk of like any kind of like cardiovascular disease, I'm right in the middle, so I'm neither high risk nor low risk. And she told me that as I continue to work out, like that those levels will improve, so I'm not too concerned about that. My B12 is at 566, and then my folate level is at 4.9. She has told me that although this technically shows in the normal range, she would like to see my folate levels a little bit higher, which is why I am going to start taking or at this point, like you guys have already seen it, so which is why I will start taking prenatals, and that's just so that way you guys know. My testosterone total is 23.5, and my free testosterone is 0.7. My hemoglobin A1C is perfect, right within range. It's 5.2. And she told me like literally it will continue to level itself out, so she's not too worried about that. My DHEA sulfate is at 169 even. My TSH is at 0.820, and so I just want to say it louder for the people in the back because I know that you guys always have questions about this specific thing. Like I do not have any thyroid diseases, although on my mom's side of the family, my mom and my grandma and my great grandma, I believe, all have thyroid disease, and so it is something that we continue to monitor, but as of right now I do not have any thyroid disease. I know you guys are always asking me like questions about like my thyroid because you feel like it looks enlarged. No, I think I just have a really girthy neck, so I just want to make sure that I put that out there because in some cases, if some people have thyroid diseases, it disqualifies them from taking the medicine because it could increase their risk of thyroid cancer, and I do not have thyroid disease, but I just wanted to make sure that I cleared the air about that because you guys always have questions about it, and then it makes me very nervous because I'm naturally slightly a little bit of a hypochondriac, and like especially when it comes to like family like genetic diseases, I get really nervous about that. So I'm just letting you guys know, my physician has cleared me to take this medication and to continue to take this medication, and I do not have thyroid disease as of right now. So just so that way you guys know. My vitamin D 25 hydroxy is normal, and this one right here is like really nice to see because I've been working really hard on that. As you guys know, I've had a history of being vitamin D deficient, and for the first time in my life in a very long time, I'm no longer vitamin D deficient. Now I think that these are all like things that are hand in hand with each other, but I do think the fact that like I spend more time outdoors here in Florida, and also the fact that like I do take vitamin D supplements, I think those things have helped me a ton. It's fun fact, if you guys didn't know, a lot of people that live in Florida actually have vitamin D deficiencies, so much so that Florida is one of the most popular states to have a vitamin D deficiency, even though obviously this is called the Sunshine State, and the reason why is because it's so hot. So a lot of people here naturally stay inside, like where there's AC. Totally normal thing, but I did just want to tell you guys about that. My C-reactive protein, this is the one that I was telling you guys about. I'm at average risk. I'm on the lower end. So as of right now, I'm at 1.33. My sedimentation rate, Westergren, is at 16. As of right now, my thyroid antibodies, my level, I believe, is less than 9. I believe is what the level is. And then my thyroglobulin antibody is less than 1. My insulin level as of right now is 17.3. And my doctor has told me that I do, based off of my lab work, have some signs of like a very initial like telltale sign of insulin resistance. So like insulin and like me, like the amount of sugar that I have will just have to be something that I continue to monitor for the rest of my life. That wasn't anything that I was not expecting because my grandpa had diabetes, and so I've always known that I run the risk of having to monitor that forever. My ferritin level is at 61, and then my triiodithyramine, I don't know if I said that right, is at 2.6. My T4 is at 1.21. So, all to say, as of right now, per my doctor's orders, she has said that pretty much, like, based off of my lab work, she cannot confirm that I have PCOS. Now, that doesn't mean to say that I can't still have PCOS, but based off of the lab work, any of the markers that she was looking for PCOS, which I assume are like androgen levels and hormone levels, are within normal range on here. Now, this doesn't mean to say that like if I want to continue to medically advocate for myself, that I can get a prognosis from a GYN, because the GYN will obviously like do the sonogram and then be able to tell me from there. But I don't know if I want to like invest the time and like go do that right now. I could, but I just don't feel like it's necessary as of right now. But like I think that my blood work is showing that, and just like what my doctor has been saying, that my health is in a really good place as of right now. She compared my lab results from 6 months ago to now, and she says she sees some improvements, and to just keep doing what I'm doing and to stay the course. I just wanted to make that clear. These levels will continue to change. There are some of these that she told me she's not going to repeat. Like I think some of them are like my lipid panels and my cholesterol panels, because she said that those don't really change as often. And those she told me are good for like a little bit. But there are some that she told me that she's going to continue to monitor within the amount of time that I'm seeing her. As I've said, like I've been on this medication for 4 months now, and so I do feel like I like see some improvements in my lab work as well, but also just like the way I feel, and obviously like the big kicker here, which is the fact that I've been able to successfully lose weight on the medication so far. This week for me, I feel like I went hard at the gym last week, and then this week it was a little bit harder for me because Tori came in from out of town, and so obviously like when I have like family and friends that come in from out of town, that like throws things out of whack for a couple of days, and then I have to like go back and readjust to my routine again. So that was really fun. It was really nice to be able to go to the parks, and like guys, I can't believe that I walk so much when I go to the parks. But yeah, so that was really fun. I do feel like I have another park stay that's coming up. And yeah, so that should be really fun. I'm just continuing at my own pace because I'm not in a rush. As of right now, with the amount of weight that I've lost within 4 months, which I guess technically like 4 months, it's a little over a season, but since I've started on this medication, I have lost 22 pounds. And so I feel like 22 pounds in 4 months, it's better than I could have expected. And so I'm just gonna continue at this pace and see like what the medication brings me. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Like my biggest thing is continuing to listen to my body. My doctor said that I'm doing a great job. I do feel like there's aspects of my health that are improving. Just pairing this with like chiropractic care as well, and like supplements has really been such a game changer for me. And then another thing has been like prioritizing rest and sleep. Like I can't stress that enough. Like that is super important. But yeah, so I'm overall proud of my progress so far. You know, I know that everybody like approaches the way that they take this medication with like how they're managing their weight loss completely differently. And so I'll never tell anybody on here what to do. I can just tell you what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I'm looking forward to week 17, which is so crazy to think about. But anyway, if I haven't said it already, thank you guys so much for always watching, and for those of you guys who are consistently commenting. And it's really nice to see you guys comment and to just hear how your weight loss journey is going. And so I'm looking forward to us continuing this process together. But yeah, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay,